piece of voiceover gear until, well, let's talk about it. Hello, everyone. I am your humble host, Earl Hall, coming to you live every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm here for the brand new, the up and coming voiceover artist, and really just to show you how to start, build, and grow a successful voiceover business. That's why we are here. That's what we are going to do. I want you to make sure you check the links down here. Yep, we do have a free voiceover course that you can have access to that's going to give you everything that you need to go ahead and get started. It's a free course. The value of this is almost $1,000. I'm giving this away to you for absolutely free. So make sure that you check that out. The link is also in the description. Also, just hop over to steps2voiceoversuccess.com. See the stuff that we have available for you right there that's going to get you well on your way to the voiceover business that you actually want. The title of this whole thing, don't buy one more piece of gear until. And see, that's the thing. What is the until all about? Let me just tell you, and this is really a part of my story here as well. We have this issue, and when I say we, I'm talking about voiceover artists. We have this issue with thinking that buying gear is going to be the thing that gets us work. We have a tendency to always be consuming content in regards to things. However, why don't we execute? Why aren't we executing on what it is that we actually are learning along the way? As a matter of fact, we consume so much content as voiceover artists, especially in the beginning, that what happens is we consume it, but we don't do it. And then we're on to the next piece of content. We're on to the next piece of content. We're on to the next piece of content without fully executing on the things that we've already learned. Look, if you're just starting out and brand new, I'm going to tell you right now, this is not the way to grow. This is not the way to grow. And I want to make sure as I'm coming in, I don't think I have my comments up on screen. So I want to make sure. Oh, yes, I do. I have my comments on screen. As you're coming in, let me know who you are and where you are from, because I want to make sure I give you a shout out because I'm here for you. And I definitely appreciate you. And I can't do what I do without you. Basically, given the instruction and have you follow it. So execution is a big part of this. Being able to execute on what it is that you're learning. And just as an example, besides watching this live stream right now, right? Besides watching this live stream on YouTube, and I'm broadcasting exclusively on YouTube. So if you're brand new and you haven't subscribed, I want to make sure that you subscribe to the channel. Make sure that you tick the bell so that you know exactly when I'm going live and also when I upload videos and the whole nine. Stop consuming and start executing. And there are some levels here that goes. And let's get into some of the stuff that we talk about with consuming content, right? With consuming it. We all want to buy a brand new mic. So we buy our brand new mic. And normally it's because someone that we've watched has suggested that we buy this brand new mic, and we somehow in our subconscious think, okay, if I buy this brand new mic, you already have one, right? But if I buy this brand new one that costs $1,000 instead of the one that I have that was only $300, it's going to be way better for me. Oh, I'm just going to be able to create the best VO ever. Can I tell you a secret here? The best voiceover artist, and we're just talking about today as we're recording this video, it's Wednesday, November, what is it, the 3rd, 2021, at the recording of this live stream. The times have changed, and they're different from what they used to be when I first started. So let's just say you have a mic and now someone is suggesting that you buy $1,000 mic. You subconsciously may believe that buying that microphone is going to be the thing. But let me just tell you this. The people that are the best today in getting work in VO are not even the best voiceover artists. They're not even the best voiceover artist. It is now the voiceover artist that has mastered and is mastering marketing and sales. Period. It has nothing to do with what kind of microphone it is that you're using, because 9 times out of 10, the mic that you have, if you have an appropriate recording space, and I talked about that on the live stream on Monday, if you have the appropriate recording space, then it's almost like the microphone doesn't matter. If you have a sufficient recording space, you can get a $150, $200, $300 microphone and be just fine. Because the recording space, the environment that you're recording in, is king. And if you missed that on Monday, you want to make sure that you go back and watch that live stream on a Monday as well. And once again, as you're coming in, let me know you're here. Talk to me. Put something in the comments there. Let me know that you're here. I don't want to feel like I'm talking to myself, even though I know we've got people watching right now. And if you're watching right now, make sure you hit that thumbs up button, that like button. Go ahead and do that for me right now. Hit that like and that thumbs up button. And if you're not subscribed, make sure that you go ahead and subscribe and tick the bell. Now, let's get back into some of this execution stuff, because we have a misconception that it is the gear that makes us king. Well, it is the recording space that makes you king, and it is the ability to market and sell what it is that you have. How are you doing that? How should you be doing that? Well, it's social media. And we'll be talking about a lot of those things. Hey, what's up, Mr. Webb? Thanks so much for joining us in here today, buddy. I definitely appreciate you, and good point. I appreciate that. I definitely appreciate that, Mr. Webb. Good friend over there. All right, so now, the execution part of this. Where should your focus be? It shouldn't be on buying the next piece of latest, greatest gear that you think is going to be the thing that gets you over the hump, right? That's not your focus. Your focus is getting an appropriate recording environment, getting some decent gear, and moving on, and starting to get yourself out there. And we're going to start talking about that as well in upcoming broadcasts that we're going to be doing. Speaking of upcoming broadcasts, I'm going to be doing on Black Friday. So get ready for this broadcast where I'm going to be going through the gear. I'm going to be showing you the gear. I'm what's called an Amazon influencer. I'm going to be sharing with you all the microphones that I have, the interfaces, the little pieces of things that you may need in order to really, step up and move up in what it is that you're doing. And it's not going to be expensive for you to do. So be on the lookout for that, because that's going to be coming up Black Friday here in the next couple of weeks. All right. When it comes down to your microphone, when it comes down to your DAW, I said on Monday, people ask, what is the best DAW to use? And if you don't know what a DAW is, it's a digital audio workstation. What the heck does that mean? It's the software that you use to record your voice. That's it. Learning how to use your gear, and let's just put this in order of operation, right? So what you want to be able to do, have an appropriate recording space, have a decent mic, and let me just talk about that for a minute, because people are getting confused. I remember back in the day when I first started, it was a no-no to use a USB microphone. It was a no-no. It's not a no-no anymore. The technology, excuse me, the technology that has gone into these USB microphones is crazy. And let's just be clear. All it is a connection. That is it. Whether it's USB or whether it's XLR, all it is a connection to be able to input your audio signal into your computer. That's all that it is. So we need to get away from that. And if you listen to, if you've listened to me, if you've listened to others that are on YouTube, many of us started a decade ago and all we had was a USB microphone. Let me just tell you, the technology today is way better than that. So do you need to have a XLR connection where you're going to need an interface in order to put that signal into your computer? No, you're not. But it is a level up. because it gives you more control over your audio. That's the reason for that. So I want you to understand that if you've got a USB microphone and you're recording in a decent sound treated space, and if you want to understand more about that, just listen to what I broadcasted on Monday. You're good. You're real good, right? The thing about this is, when we're all about consuming content and not executing on the content that we're consuming, I mean, I've coached people over the years, and they're watching me, they're watching others, and they're saying that they're having trouble with using their DAW, the digital audio workstation, the software that they use to record their audio. So I say, okay, well, you need to dig into learning that. 3 months later, they're still saying they're trying to figure out their DAW. This doesn't make sense to me because there is not that much to learn about your DAW. The ins and outs, there's plenty of ins and outs, but to record voiceover, there's only a few things that you need to understand and know. And so I say, look, stop watching me. Stop consuming content. Okay? You have the free course that you can get at freevocourse.com right there on the screen. Why have you not just dug in? So for the next 2 weeks, I want you to do nothing else. I do not want you to consume content. I want you to dig into learning your DAW, because after 3 months and you're still saying this is unacceptable. This is unacceptable. This is where you get into consuming content but not executing. I know it's fun to sit and watch. I understand and know that it's fun sometimes to sit and watch, your favorite VO coach or whatever, and just kind of geek out and say you're doing something. You're buying books, you're reading books on VO and how to build a VO business, but you're not doing any of it. You're not doing any of it. This is why the title of this is Don't Buy One More Piece of Voiceover Gear Until. The until is you have started to know everything that you need to know about your gear, your setup, your environment, because you will discover that probably what you have right now is good enough for you to get work. And when I say good enough for you to get work, there is so much work out there. I don't care how saturated this industry is. It's very saturated. There is a lot of competition, and many of you are competing the wrong way. Man, I can't wait to get into some of the next broadcast that I'm going to do to really start breaking some of this stuff down. If you're not subscribed, you want to make sure that you subscribe right now and tick the bell so you know when I'm going live and when I upload videos, because you're not going to want to miss this. But the thing about what I'm going to be talking about right now and the thing that I'll be talking about in the future, if you are not executing, you don't need to buy anything else, because the next purchase that you make is not going to get you work. The next purchase that you make is not going to move you down the line. And this is, why can't I get work? You can't get work because you haven't mastered your recording environment yet. You can't get work because you haven't mastered your DAW yet. You can't get work because you think you need a $2,000 mic instead of the $500 mic that you have, or whatever it is that you have. You think you can't get work because someone has told you if you're using a USB connection instead of an XLR connection, you can't get work. This is why you're not getting work. Flat out, period. It is in the execution. And as I said before, the people that are getting work are the ones that are starting to understand. It's about your social media presence on Instagram. Let me just tell you, if you're a voiceover artist and you're not on Instagram, I don't understand you. I do not understand you. It is the place that you need to be. Literally, it is the place that you need to be. You're spending, all these hours on TikTok consuming, people dancing videos. You're spending all this time in Clubhouse rooms, but not executing. You're spending all these times watching live streams, but not executing. So here's your game plan. Hey, good morning, Kay. Thank you so much for being in here with us this morning. Definitely appreciate you there. Everyone else that's in, if you haven't given a shout out, go ahead and do that. Let me know that you're here so that I know who I'm talking to. Just put a comment in, good morning, whatever it is, and hey, let's have a conversation. And by the way, if you have questions this morning, go ahead and put a Q, a capital Q, and a colon and then type in your question. That way I know it's a question, not a comment. Just put, if you have a question, put capital Q, colon, and then type in your question so that we can get that answered for you this morning on the broadcast. I'm coming to you live every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Can I tell you a secret? Wait a minute, let me do this. I like doing this. Can I tell you a secret? I just zoomed in, right? I go live on Instagram every Thursday morning at 8 a.m. So you can catch me 4 days a week going live where I'm here to answer your questions. Okay? So, all right, so I can zoom back out. You don't need to see that much of my face, right? Hey, good morning, Travis. Thank you so much for being here. Travis says, good morning, Earl. Thanks for the info. You are more than welcome. We've got Tiffany Mary Songs in here. And words of inspiration. Good morning. Good morning. Love that. Love that. Love that handle. Tiffany Marie Songs and Words of Inspiration. You need to start executing on the things you have already consumed. You don't need to do anything else until you have executed on the things you have already consumed. This is going to move you faster. I mean, there are people. I was watching a YouTube video a couple of days ago, and the guy was talking about he had talked to a person that said, "Oh man, I'm so excited! I've read 100 books this year. I've read 100 books this year." And he said, "Great. I think it might have been better if you just read one and executed on what you learned from that one. Because what if you executed on in the 100 books that you've read?" He was excited of the fact that he had consumed all of this information, but he had never executed on that information. Hey, good morning, Kyle LeBron. Good morning. Good morning. Thanks for being here with us today on the show. Don't buy one more piece of gear until you have executed on what it is that you've done. If you're in here watching me live right now, make sure you smash that thumbs up button for me. I would definitely appreciate that. If you're not subscribed, make sure that you do subscribe to the channel so that you get notified when I go live. What I want to share with you right now, I want to make sure that if you have not gotten this free course, I want to make sure that you get this free course. It is everything you need to get started in voiceover. Everything you need to get started in voiceover. You can see right there, it's absolutely free. All you have to do is go to freevocourse.com. That's all you need to do. You can see everything that you're going to learn about, which is a lot. We've got testimonials here from people that have gone through the course. There have been, at this point, just approaching 500 people that have taken this course and have gotten a great start on voiceover. I want you to have a great start as well. I want you to be confident in what it is that you're doing. And this is literally everything you need to know in order to get started in VO. If you don't have a decent or a microphone, if you have not started purchasing gear yet, I want you to go ahead and start purchasing that gear right here from my Amazon page, which is just amazon.com/shop/Earl Hall Studio. It is, and as a matter of fact, I'm going to see if I can't put this in the comments and post that as well so that you have that. Let me go back here and see, can I post this in the comments? Yep, it is right there. So you can see that, amazon.com/shop/Earl Hall Studio. You can click on that. And one of the great things that I do have on this page, you can see the different videos that I've produced. We've got gear for content creation, microphones for voiceover. But what I want you to look at right here is a Pro VO setup. And you can just click on that and you can see the pieces of gear that I suggest. This is what I suggest to get started. This is under $500. Under $500. This is not for you that already have gear. If you already have gear, use what you have. If you don't have gear and you need gear, then you can go right here in order to get that. A lot of different things that you can use. So 2 things here. Go ahead and grab the free course. It's at freevocourse.com. And then also, if you want to go over to my Amazon page, you can do that and see the gear that I would suggest to get started. This one right here, the Pro VO setup, That's what I have created just for brand new voiceover artists to let them know what they need to do in order to get started. So, and I'm going to flash this up here one more time. And the link is right there in the comments. Amazon.com/shop/Earl Hall Studio. Get the gear. Just take a look at what you can get. And we want to say thank you and good morning to Brenda Star 777. Thanks so much for being in here with us today. Look, being a professional VO does not mean that you have to break the bank. And that's why I'm saying don't buy one more piece of gear until you start executing on the things that you know you need to execute on. If you need to consume content, consume it. But don't keep consuming content and then not executing on that. Even watching this video, what are the two things that you can execute on right now? You can get the free course, which is right here, freevocourse.com. And you can also go to my Amazon store, amazon.com/shop/Earl Hall Studio. And if you don't have gear already, go ahead and grab you some great gear. Brenda Starr is again saying, hey there, hey there, hey there. We are definitely glad to have you in the house. When you're looking to start in this VO venture, in this VO journey, it can be a long one. And usually that is because instead of executing on things, and that's why I even set up the free VO course the way that I did. I set up the free VO course the way that I did because you can't even go to the next video until you've taken a test. And I know, and you know that you know what you just watched. This is not something you can just go through. Lots of information, but I'm not going to let you just go through it unless you know that you understood what you just watched. So there's quizzes after every video. This is how important I believe execution is on this whole thing. And you can make sure that you get that course by going to right here, freevocourse.com, and grabbing that course. Execution is king. If you're consuming content, but you're not executing on what it is that you're learning, it is definitely a problem. Look, I want to thank you so much for being here with me today. This has been fun, right? Has this been fun? Has this been fun for you? I want to know. Put it in the chat. Put it in the comments. Has this been fun? Has this been impactful? Have you learned what you think you should learn? Do you know the next step that you need to take in your VO journey in order to start making some impact? Do you understand and know that consuming content is one thing, but execution is king? Let me know what you definitely thought about this broadcast. Put it in the chat. And even after, if you're watching the replay, put it in the comments. I want to hear from you. I want to know what it is that you think, and I want to know your questions. As I said before, I come to you live every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And if you are on Instagram, which you ought to be, I go live on Instagram every Thursday at 8 a.m. So you want to make sure that you're following me there. How do you follow me? It's at Steps to Voiceover Success on Instagram. At Steps to Voiceover Success. So hopefully I'll see you over there as well. And you can see the broadcast that I do tomorrow morning live. And I definitely want to say thank you so much, Tiffany. She says, thank you. Yes, fun. So glad you had a good time here with me today. I'll see you on Instagram because you're going to follow me on Instagram, right? At Steps to Voiceover Success. At Steps to Voiceover Success. One more time here. You're going to follow me on Instagram, right? Steps to Voiceover Success. All right. I'll see you there, and I'll see you back here on Friday, 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. You guys are the best. I love you so much. You have an awesome and an amazing day. Take care.